All right, whatever.
And
We're at 6 seconds.
Apparently we are dark side. We are dark side sympathizers. over here.
Imperial.
Yeah.
Lost it.
So yeah, Starcast.
all right, boys.
Starcast.
Yeah.
We're talking about all
Starcast.
things stars
And cast.
and all things casts. So, if
Just
you
for
guys
this
break it,
episode.
a
I once
wrist or
casted
something
my-
like that.
Never mind. How appropriate does this podcast have to be?
No,
Probably not where you're about to go.
I'm just asking. We didn't
So
set
this could be a fishing podcast as well.
A fishing podcast?
All thing casts.
That's not what I was going to say. But
Space fishing.
Space fishing would be awesome. What if that was a real thing? You just like have this like fiber up like this titanium reel that you just cast out into the darkness.
isn't it kind of we're already
You
doing
just
space
reel
fishing
some
because
shit in?
aren't they trying to like capture asteroids and meteors to farm them for materials and whatnot?
Dude.
It's kind of like fishing, isn't it?
Do I
Unreal
want to
amounts.
get into the expanse already because that's
No.
because that's
Hold that thought.
Very-
We're talking about
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
We are here to talk about Mandalorian. Let's start with the name.
No, I thought
Baby
I had some
Yoda's
stuff.
name.
No.
No? You don't want to start there?
We got to go back to the beginning. So
No, this is our new podcast.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
are we supposed to introduce ourselves or something?
Yeah, I had that on the list.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Laine, DJ.
DJ Laine?
Hit
No,
me.
it's not my
Over
name.
here.
What kind of introduction should I give?
Nothing much. Like,
Nothing much,
more
yeah.
than just your name.
first,
I'm-
last,
I'm-
favorite color.
No last name.
Yeah. I'm Laine.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm Nick.
He's Sick Nick. I'm Matty Ice.
Yee.
I'm Cash.
Jeez. Yeah.
We're Starcast.
Or Lakeside. Boys.
Ashton, if you get to be
Yeah, that
Cash,
makes
then I
sense.
get to be Nikki Benz.
Nope.
You can be whoever
Nope.
you want, Bubba.
Okay.
Not Nikki Benz.
I'll stick with Nick. That's fine.
All right. What's
No,
next on
that's
the?
out of the way.
What brought us all here together?
Let's jump to Lightspeed.
That was a beautiful transition. Nick. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. What brought us all here? A very nice podcast studio is what brought us here.
What do you guys think of the podcast studio?
It's pretty dope.
beautiful.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Our angel investor, Mr. Dave Wagner. Please look up his podcast. I believe it's under Wagner Media.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any information yet.
Pretty sure it's Wagner Media.
I just worked
That,
there.
that sounds about right. That sounds about
But
right.
he just launched his podcast earlier this afternoon as well. But
It's off to a rough start.
this is all trial by error, people. So we're going to kind of finger our way out of this. And as we do, there will be updates and we will change. The settings might change. The
Format.
channels
For the
might
better.
change. The formats
better.
might change. But we're learning through this. And I think we can all think. When I asked the question, what brought us all here, I was kind of thinking like, why are four dudes sitting in a room together that really had no thought of doing this prior to? And I like to think that it's thank you to 2020 and COVID.
a lot
so
of time
true.
on our hands.
COVID right off the bat.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A ton of time on our hands.
Not to just like drop the COVID bomb, but we've done a few things throughout the year, haven't we, Laine? And we've
Yeah.
filmed some videos.
Look up Caliente Uno.
Yeah, right there. It's going to be somewhere maybe over here.
Yeah, let's
Usually
just,
We'll have a link.
let's
Usually
just
it's right
drop the
there.
plug for
We're gonna have a
every
link
podcast
right
any of
over
us
here.
have ever done.
We're gonna
Let's
have a
do that right now.
We have an unposted one,
just to
Nicholas.
get that
Put it
over
on a
with.
ticket on the bottom.
But I think as podcasts have become more popular, as videos, social media, and everything else, this has kind of been an avenue for people to express
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not feel like they're stuck inside their caves and can interact with each other, and that's what we're doing here today, right? Just four
Yeah.
dudes, four friends.
Make
getting together
good
and-
use of social media rather than the cesspool that it usually is.
Don't get me
Clusterfuck
started
that
on
it
social
usually
media.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Social Dilemma?
Oh God.
Everyone asks me
Yes,
that.
Don't
watch
get
that
me
with your
started
children.
on
People.
that shit either.
Watch it with your children.
It is just crazy. I didn't know your phone controlled you like that. Yeah, no shit. That's what it's designed to do.
Yo, we're we're just cyborgs, guys. We're already cyborgs.
Basically, there's just some latency between you typing shit into your phone.
Was that symbiosis? Becoming one with technology?
Technological symbiosis. I
Just
believe
your
that's what it's
phone in
called.
your brain.
Yeah.
So we all have different interests, I think. So how about we'll do this? We'll start with Laine. And what are some interests? If you could have your own ideal podcast, better yet, tell us and everyone else what you like to watch on YouTube.
Oh,
Go ahead.
man.
I feel like you're putting me on the spot here.
Well, yeah, we're going to start left to right. But go ahead.
Left to right. Our left.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know how that would work differently. Anyways, I spend hours watching car videos on YouTube.
You do?
And, yeah.
Loud
Car
ones.
And if I had my ideal world, I would do what a lot of those YouTubers are doing and just build really awesome cars and make a ton of really cool content with the cars or side by sides. I'm into that too.
Okay.
That's cool.
What do, and this is up to you guys. I don't know if you'd like to, but maybe share a little bit about your back experience, about what do you do for work, or where you're headed, or what your interests are, or where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm a financial advisor.
Cool.
It's a land use planner.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Thanks
We're
for
going to
the plug.
get to Nicholas.
Thanks for the plug, Matty.
I don't know. That's all I really wanted to talk about.
Cool.
We can move along to Nick.
That's
Nothing
fair.
else is interesting.
Yeah. I watch about 4 to 5 hours of political podcasts every day.
These are political
CNN mainly.
commentary.
I'm not going to say whose podcasts necessarily. You guys would probably figure that out just watching me as I progress and as I talk. I'm pretty outspoken usually. As Matty said, I'm a land use planner, and I love to find all the little loopholes in the government that I can exploit.
Now we know.
So
Answered that question. Sweet. What about you, Matty Ice?
Well, he didn't say what he likes.
what do I like?
Well, I know he said he watched political videos. That's his go-to.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
If you were to have a podcast,
I like a lot of
you'd-
stuff.
it
I
would
mean,
only
if
be
I had a
political stuff?
podcast, I mean, maybe I would do something political or
Thank you.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Matty Ice? What do you like to watch on the YouTube?
Watch a lot of educational stuff, I guess. Like a lot of like geology videos, actually, and like stuff on engineering, and a
That's
lot
fun.
of videos on SpaceX
Yeah.
and like the progress they're making slowly on the new Starship.
Sweet.
Watch a lot of videos on that.
That's sad.
A lot of space stuff and like technology stuff. Pretty boring stuff to most people.
What pays the bills?
Cleaning poop and delivering packages.
Yee.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know where to. There's so many different ways you can clean poop. So many different environments.
The most traditional way.
Oh,
In the most traditional environment.
Gloves and a rag.
nice. Well, I'm Cash, and my YouTube channels will start with Mr. The Godfather himself, Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which guy?
Joe who?
Joe,
Yeah, never heard of him.
Joey Rogan.
Oh.
He would not like to hear me say that, but so my interests kind of
Is that the Fear
expand
Factor
from
guy?
there. Yeah, that Fear Factor guy.
Does
He's
he
got
wrestle?
a lot less hair these days, but that's not a bad thing. It looks good on you,
Yeah,
Joe.
still a handsome guy.
Science. I dig science, bro. Just like you, Matty Ice. I do a lot of SpaceX videos. Been big into paleontology and excavating bones, dinosaurs
cool.
and whatnot. I got deep dived into that quite a bit.
Dinosaurs? Or?
There's this guy on Joe Rogan called Randall Carlson.
Yep. Yes, sir.
He has some crazy intense stuff. It'll fucking blow your mind. He talks a lot about like Eastern Washington.
Yep.
And like these insane
Oh.
floods.
Doesn't
that
he talk a lot about mushrooms
the
too?
Scablands.
Yeah, the Scablands, dude.
Yeah, I watched a really long. I had a physical geography class that I took in college, and there we took an entire day on the Scablands in Eastern Washington and the Missoula floods and all that stuff. Yeah, it's
Insane
really cool.
floods that came. They were like
Really cool.
thousands of feet.
That's what they say.
high,
Like the biblical
rivers.
floods were part of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of like Gilgamesh and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
I don't know nothing about that Bible stuff, but
Well, it's not just
it
in
is
the
pretty
Bible,
cool.
It's in a lot of.
It's cool reading, good videos. I don't even know what that was. Yeah, there's ghosts. And we're going to talk about ghosts, people. Why not talk about the...
It's R2D2, bro.
oh, that was?
Yeah.
It gets interesting when
Gee.
He gave Laine the sound.
Who is driving this train?
I love it
It's
though.
right off a cliff.
I love the spice. Keep it spicy.
Dude, there's so many options. It's not my fault.
Give me some Cajun.
Some Cajun?
Yeah. give me
Just
some
ominous
Cajun.
ship noise.
Yeah.
Ominous shit.
That's about as Cajun as it gets right there.
Little Chewbacca noises up in here.
Seriously though, what is that? It's like a white noise.
Oh, that's the jet
fire.
fighters.
900 years old.
Oh, the fireplace.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
So are we gonna talk about the
Mandalorian.
Let's do it.
Mandalorian?
Snap.
Yeah.
But we need to start at the beginning.
Do we need to start at the beginning?
I don't even.
So
Of season 2?
Timeline. Let's just talk timeline,
Season
guys.
2.
So where does the new Mandalorian series fit into the timeline of the Star Wars?
way
universe?
after episode 6 and before episode 7.
So kind of smack dab in the middle of sorts.
Yes, and this is why I say that they should just keep with the Mandalorian canon, scrap the new trilogy, and just go from there because we don't even have to debate that the new trilogy is kind of
Closer to the mic, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So when you say new trilogy, you're referring to the one that just finished?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
7, 8,
The
9.
Skywalker.
They could jump off of the Mandalorian with Ahsoka, the Mandalorian, the new Baby Yoda. I can't remember his name even though I
Grogu.
figured it out.
Gorgu. Gorgu. Gorgu.
Grogu.
Is it Grogu or Gorgu?
Grogu.
Yeah.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Can we get a spelling, please?
Grogu.
Okay.
That's it. All right.
Yep.
Grogu.
Yeah, they should just scrap this new
Maybe it's
trilogy because
GOO.
they totally blew it. They should. I don't like how there's this weird resurgence of the Empire, exactly how it was the way before when it had already been destroyed.
But we
like
know-
15 years earlier.
We know after the new movie that there's always been the Empire throughout the entire time. They've just been like hidden, on that one planet.
They've been hidden, but then they have a Death Star.
On Navarro?
Various Star Destroyers.
No, that planet that they had like 100,000 Star Destroyers hidden on.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And like they also have
Exactly.
secret like Sith temples that they have just like.
Well, think about it.
strongholds
Let's
of
just-
people.
let's-
It's all
That's where
garbage.
Palpatine
It's
was.
all garbage.
Let's provide some
honestly.
relevance. Just imagine that there's this empire that had vast resources covering the spans of the universe, and you blew up one of their Death Stars. That would not be the end of it. There would still be factions. There would still be, what's up?
It's Grogu.
Grogu. Grogu.
Grogu.
Is there phonetic spelling, please?
Oh, that's it.
Is the
I don't
O
think we need
silent?
phonetic
Is the
spelling
O
for-
silent or the U
I think
silent?
it's
G-R-O.
phonetic.
Is it
You.
Grog?
Grogu.
Grogu. It's
Silent
Grogu.
U?
They said it like 10 times.
All right, yeah, it is Grogu. All right.
Did you watch the new episode?
Okay, we're not going to get to the newest episode. We got to start at the beginning.
up there.
So I think we established where it fits in the timeline of sorts.
Yeah, we did.
Now
the
let's
same
talk about
at
talk
him.
about the show and its writing. So Jon Favreau has been the writer for the most part, right? Is he
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
he
they've been
exclusive or
switching-
does he have? Are there people helping
No,
him with
it's
it?
switch
Jon
directors.
Favreau and Dan something or other.
But they
I think.
they rotate directors. And they'll like have like a guest director come in for one episode.
Like the most recent episode was
Yes.
directed by the same guy that did the Clone Wars,
Okay.
the cartoon,
Yeah.
the animated series, I guess you can call
I've
it.
enjoyed it. I feel like the biggest thing that they've done with it is made it very, and similar to other some of the major films. It's very Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
That's
So-
Mando, though.
Right.
He's this rebellious.
Well, even Han Solo was
pilot.
he was
Yeah.
very more.
Well, it's
Han-
also in this post Empire world where the Republic is trying to establish a dominance over the
authority.
galaxy. Yeah,
and there's not a lot of law and order. Everybody's
new
trying to.
Yeah.
It's created a
It's
vacuum.
like there's a power vacuum, and that's why there's multiple episodes that had tried to show that power vacuum.
But
Like
in the Outer
most
Rim,
recent one,
there's always
and then there's that one where they have the mining company, I think it was, that came
Yeah.
in and took over. Yeah, there's various power vacuums. And they've also shown that the Republic, or the New Republic, I think is what they call it. They're not really like a power player. They defeated the Empire, but they can't really establish any kind of dominance anywhere because their resources just aren't vast enough.
Yeah,
Like a Navarro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you I guess what I was getting at, are you enjoying the writing? Because sometimes the writing, or at least maybe some of the acting, is a little bit subpar. It's almost comical at times, and I don't know if that's meant to be that way.
Yeah, I think there's
It's
supposed
kind of
to be some
like
comic relief. Yeah.
Well, comic relief, and then there is, we're just so simple in our design and our thought process and how this dialogue is going to unfold. It's just very simple in a
That's
lot of
fair.
ways.
There's definitely some filler episodes.
But visually, it's been great.
Oh yeah, every episode.
Yeah, it's been good. I do understand what you mean by the filler episodes, though, because you kind of I'd say like the first 3 episodes probably of this newer season have been filler episodes to where
Well, like that one where they
he
crashed.
wasn't really getting anywhere. He just was.
But they always introduce something really important.
Like the
Yeah,
one where they
yeah.
crashed on the ice planet and they were stuck in there for a whole episode.
Yeah.
There was no like plot progression in that episode.
But what did they do in that
They
episode?
had those sick
Who did
ass
they introduce?
spiders that came and attacked them.
It set up more of the New Republic, and
Yep, the New Republic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's and those are now they're reoccurring. And
that was
Yeah.
such a cool
The
interaction
X-Wings.
too. Where
Yeah.
they like were flying next to each other. It was so like old school. It felt like.
yeah.
Dude, the flight sequence in that episode was crazy. When he dropped down through the atmosphere, with the way he was flying through the canyons. It was awesome.
I enjoy the filler episodes because it's for the most part it's like in a lot of shows we're just going to go from major experience to major experience. In reality, he's traveling across the universe, and there's obviously going to be more speed bumps than just whatever comes about, and it provides a little bit of break. And I've noticed that they've kind of tailored the length of the episodes to reflect
Yeah,
that.
one was way shorter. Like the rest of them were
Like
like
20-something
48
minutes.
They vary a lot. Like one episode will be 45 minutes, and the other one will be like 29.
That's how you know it's gonna have a lot of like plot points in it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're singling out what's important and then providing it. But again, they're still doing a good job, even with these filler episodes, of providing something important, something valuable.
Or just visually cool.
Let's
either
talk
it's in
about how
character.
Intro Ahsoka.
It was pretty badass.
She is badass.
Yeah,
dude.
that was a
Intro
good
was
episode.
sick.
I'm not sure that she's gonna pop up again. It seems like
Yeah.
they're kind of cutting off that.
It was an in and out.
that character.
Yeah, she's just like fuck off.
it was it was definitely an in and out type character. It was almost like fanfare where they inserted her for the woohoo,
Well, it ties the story back to Anakin too, and Darth Vader, because that was her mentor. So
Yep.
her
But who
whole
did she introduce? Who you got the?
yeah, that
some
Lord
research.
guy. It's on my phone.
Oh yeah, she was
gonna
looking
come up. That's gonna come back.
That
up.
guy's
Yeah,
a
no,
master.
absolutely.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That lady.
Yeah, I looked him up. He's this blue guy. Looks like he was in the Clone Wars too. It seems like some sort of
And Nick thought
commander.
Ahsoka was about to slaughter that lady, and then she fought him with the fucking spear.
the best car
Yeah.
spear.
the
That thing was
Beskar
tight.
spear.
Dude,
Yeah.
now he has a fucking spear.
I
That's
actually
so,
have.
I know. That
I
thing
have
is so
a
sweet.
I
can
have a
fight
prediction.
Jedi.
I have a prediction about that. I think that
Closer to the mic, Nick.
Mando is going to use the Beskar spear to fight the guy with the dark
Saber.
saber.
Yeah, the general.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
It's
Pull
gonna
up a picture
come
of the
full
spear,
circle.
Laine. The best.
What's his name?
That spear is going to be really useful.
What's the general's name?
Point. Oh, and Mando, when he fights the guy with the Beskar or with the dark saber and defeats him, he is going to obviously gain the dark saber and become Lord of the Mandalorian.
No, I think Boka's probably gonna get the dark saber.
You think?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You
Moff
think so?
Gideon. That's the one they've already
Moff
run into
Gideon, yeah,
with the dark saber.
yeah, he's the one with the dark saber.
That guy. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the story with this dark saber? Because it seems like everybody wants it.
It's the
key.
Mandalorian. It's like an
Yeah.
ancient Mandalorian weapon that they would fight the Jedis with, basically.
The Mandalores, I'm pretty sure, invented lightsabers. I'm
Yeah.
fairly certain. Yeah.
That I
Hey,
did not know.
yeah.
And
Well,
if
the
we-
Beskar
had
repels lightsabers, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, when
fucking
Ahsoka
crazy.
went at Mando and he blocked it with,
with his
guards,
arms,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, shit.
We
okay.
didn't say this, guys, but there are spoilers in this
yeah.
episode, and
We'll put that in the title.
Yeah, disclaimer.
spoiler
Yeah, right.
alert.
No, Dave will put like a 5-second spoilers. Please.
If you are not up to date on the Mandalorian, please be advised.
Don't watch
That's
this.
why we
Yeah.
love having.
Dude, I can't find a picture of the Beskar spear.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
Well, it's just basically a spear
yeah, it's
made out of metal.
Yeah,
It looks dope,
it
though.
matches his armor. It's shiny.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
it's
cool.
I thought he was gonna melt it down and make some new shit. But
No way. He's going to use that shit.
Yeah, it's a dope weapon, dude.
He's going to fight somebody with it.
Yeah, if
So-
it can fight lightsabers, then
Has
it's rock
the
solid.
Mandalorian and the Jedi, have they been at odds?
They've always fought.
Apparently,
Like,
they've always been like
they
mortal
who
enemies.
killed off the fucking Mandalorians.
Yeah, it was a big
Jedi?
part of it.
Yeah.
Big part of it.
Wow.
They're at a great. They're in a. It was called the Great War.
Yeah,
it
it was the
the
Mandalorian
second of
Wars.
2 wars.
Yeah, so when they tasked Mando of delivering the Baby Yoda to the Jedi, he said, "You want me to deliver this child to enemy sorcerers?" Because she had prefaced that conversation with telling him that the great Mandalore used to fight light sword wielding sorcerers. And yeah, so the Mandalorian and Jedi quarrel goes back to like the beginning of Mandalorians. But obviously Mandalorians are these sick, hunters or fighters. It can hardly be matched on the battlefield. I mean, we've seen this with Mando.
I was going to ask, so like you'd think that they've always been known as mercenaries for the most part, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
And operating guilds, but working for whoever pay. That doesn't make them seem very noble.
That was after they lost their planet, though.
Well, I was going to say, but then you introduce these other characters who don't operate at the same level as these gilded Mandalorians. They can take off their helmets, they can show their faces, and they seemed more.
They even said that Mando, his guild of Mandalorians are like these super religious.
It was a religious
sect.
cult.
Cultists almost.
Heretics.
And they're like the more progressive Mandalorians, And so we don't really know who are the real Mandalorians at this point. They're,
Yeah, because I told him, I go, I don't trust that chick.
I don't trust
Something
him
about
either.
it. I don't
Yeah,
trust
there's
it.
something weird
They have
about
A lot of
they have
them,
different motives.
dude. She was like the Mandalore on the planet.
Yeah.
Like when
The episode was called
Before the Great
Heiress. She is the heiress of Mandalore.
Just because she's an aristocrat doesn't mean that she's a good ruler for the planet,
Yeah, and where they
It's
cast out
rightful,
for
though.
good reason.
True, but their
Yeah,
whole culture
exactly.
is like respecting authority and like the chain of command and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is the way. It's,
yeah, but
it's not.
their
Has it
way
always
is
been the
different
way?
than Mando's way.
That's my question, guys. Is it always
She
been that
wants
way?
the dark saber too.
Yeah,
does.
that's why I don't trust her.
I think she's kind of power hungry, and she just wants what she wants, and she's
Well,
going to do
The
it.
Mandalorians created the
Yeah,
dark
the
saber.
Mandalore,
Did
the
not know
dark
that.
sword
Yeah.
is his weapon.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that is the weapon
That
of
makes
Mandalore.
more sense.
Yeah.
When she says she wanted the saber, I'm like, well, she wants a technology that's
No, the whole mission was
not
taking
hers,
about.
but it makes more sense.
The whole mission was taking back the weapon that would make her the ruler
Yes.
of Mandalore.
The title is literally called Mandalore.
Yeah, the Mandalore. If you ever played Knights of the Republic, you team up with Mandalore.
I have not.
Yeah, Knights of the Republic is
It's a great
dope
game. That is a.
dope game.
I'm still waiting for either like a cool like HBO.
They're gonna remake it,
series
dude.
or-
They're
or
gonna
some kind of.
They're gonna remake the game. as
I don't care about a
playthrough.
game. Like that's fine, but like make a like real movie canon
On the whole Revan.
or a TV show.
Revan's
You know,
cool.
there's so many
Darth
ways that they
Revan,
could
Darth
continue
Scion.
that entire sequence.
Kreia.
So cool.
Do you guys know about the Great Purge
Like in the Soviet
On Mandalore?
Union.
on Mandalore? Yeah.
Yeah, the Mandalorian Purge.
Nope. Please share. I do not know these things.
An event in which the Galactic Empire casted a war, I guess, on the Mandalorians, where they wanted to steal all of their Beskar armor.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up killing like all of the foundlings and like all the women and children.
Is that when his parents got killed and he was
yeah, most
adopted?
likely when they always
Oh.
flash back to like.
That would make sense.
Well, he was killed. I remember in one scene by the CIS, which was like the droid army, because it was like a fucking super droid, whatever the fuck they're called, those big tall gray ones,
Yeah.
and it was like blowing up their town that they were in. But
mm-hmm.
this was by the Imperials.
Okay. Makes
I
more
wonder
sense.
So that's where
then-
they killed off a lot of them.
I wonder then if they
That's kind of why they went.
they messed up in the old new trilogy, episodes 1, 2, and 3, and where Jango Fett was kind of in alliance with the Empire. I've always wondered why Django was on the Empire's side.
Because he was their little
He's a mercenary,
bitch.
dude.
But he was partly their little bitch, because, like...
It also makes me wonder whether Django is a real
scared of
Mandalorian
him.
or not.
Oh,
No, he was.
Sure he was.
Yeah,
He was?
Yeah.
They kind of solved that
can go into him, too.
with Boca, because Boca takes her helmet off. So that's how they kind of solved that issue.
Yeah, I feel like that was almost a we messed up.
Yeah.
Django took his helmet off in the second episode.
When she told
we need to
them-
make it so they take theirs off to justify this.
Boba, I mean, when you meet Boba, he's not really wearing a helmet.
See, and then when they told him that he was in a cult, and then we kind of connected that, like, oh, well, the clones, like, in the movies, they always took their helmets off. Like,
Well, the clones weren't Mandalorians. They're clones of Mandalorians. They're just
Clones of a Mandalorian.
yeah.
technically, they're still Mandalorian.
I guess by race, but then again,
Please share your comments below if you think that they are or are not.
And then
Mandalorian.
Boba
but
Fett.
Share your
Mando
And
is
then
not Mandalorian by race. He was adopted into the Mandalore
True.
family, I guess you can say. So it doesn't mean it's
But they're-
not a racial thing that gives you special powers. I think it's like
No.
a way of
I'm not
life
saying
that you're
that.
raised into.
And eat
Boba
it-
Fett took his
eat it
helmet
up.
off, though.
Yeah.
When did Boba take his helmet off? What episode? I don't remember Boba ever taking
I don't
his
remember
helmet off.
specifically. Maybe he didn't.
I don't think he did.
He took his armor off at some point
I don't
because
think
that's
he-
how that cowboy got it in that town.
No,
on Tatooine.
he
No,
got
he
it
was,
because Boba got sucked into that fucking
Sand.
But you see
thing.
Boba at the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
that's what I'm saying.
No, I think he lost his armor trying to
When he-
get out.
oh, we've
and
seen
How
he
did
his
the
somehow got
how did the
spit out.
Jawas get it though?
Yeah, the fuck?
Yeah, he was probably fucked up beyond belief, and
Yeah,
someone
he
jacked
probably
his
barely
shit.
made
That's
it
what
out.
they did.
Man,
exactly.
Mando straight up destroyed a crate dragon. I think Boba should have
Not
been
by
able to take.
himself.
Okay, he had one of
Boba's
those.
a bitch. I'm gonna call it. He ain't no Mando.
Dude, I think we're gonna see Boba again, and he's gonna
Well,
come in really
obviously
strong.
they,
Yeah.
they,
have his
they
armor,
stuck
though.
that in there, so we know we're gonna see Boba again.
Dude,
But what?
But is he gonna be bad or good? And by bad or good, I mean, is he gonna side with Mando or not?
I think he's gonna be more of a neutral figure. I don't see him being. He's probably gonna be more good than bad. But
Because he was very alone in that episode. When they revealed him, it's not like he was accompanied by anybody. He didn't have any support. He just seems like a lost soul just in search of his armor. So
Yeah.
I think the verdict's still out on where he's going to go. Where is he going to side?
Boba will probably come back for his armor, and they're gonna fight. And it's gonna be this issue, and then they're gonna become friends, and then Boba's gonna get his armor back, and he's gonna disappear from the entire lore forever. Probably. They're just gonna address it.
You
They're
heard
gonna
it
wrap
here
it up.
first,
They're gonna
folks.
address it, and it's gonna be done. So they can just like get all the fan people, Boba Fett. They're gonna get it out of the way, so people don't have to worry about it anymore.
You kind of have an attitude about Boba Fett.
I know.
You don't like him, do you? Why
No.
don't you like him?
No, I like Boba Fett. I'm just saying that I would like there's only so much you can do to tie all the old movies in with all the new shit that they're making. Like at some point you have to stop and make some new shit that isn't gonna like reactivate some nostalgia for everybody because it's gonna sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need to take a break and then fast forward like at least 2 generations.
Yeah,
Then nobody would be interested. It wouldn't be Star Wars anymore.
Well, you can still-
that's
There would
fine.
be
You can
fucking
still
critics.
make good shit then. Like
That's what they're doing right now with the Mandalorian.
No, I know, and that's
Yeah, I get it.
great. That's great, but they're still pulling this nostalgia in.
It's Star Wars universe.
Those main
universe.
movies are made for fucking kids, though.
Yeah.
No, like, that's why
It's
I
like
hate the
DC
new-
in a way where all of the characters
Maybe that's
seem
what they're
to come together
To
at
your
different
point,
points.
Nick. To your point,
fucking
Nick.
Hollywood.
I think that's what they're trying to do when they introduced what's her name?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Ahsoka. What is it?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka
Ahsoka. I soaked in this Coors Light, but
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're trying to do right there. This is going to be a new force of evil, a new alliance, some faction that is different than what we know, and then it's going to shape which way we fork and kind of go in the direction of future.
That's fine. That's fine with me as long as I saw something on the internet saying Luke Skywalker might make an appearance in Mandalorian, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's so stupid.
just
Jedi
just
are
stop.
ghosts that always appear for Jedi.
No, Luke
He's
Skywalker is
alive.
alive in this timeline. He's
Oh, gotcha.
he's on the technically he should be on an island
because
being
they
a
want him to
recluse.
fucking make an appearance because he just wants to be on camera.
No, that's what I keep saying is that they want to bring this nostalgia factor in so it sells more, and that's what I'm so tired of with the
they put him on camera
Disneyfication
whenever they can.
of Star Wars. And it's annoying.
Do you think Grogu reaches out with the Force, or Grogu? Does he reach out with the Force, or does he keep it to himself? And are they going to introduce maybe Luke Skywalker as the Jedi that comes searching for him?
We got to see what happens on this planet he's about to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
so
that's the point. Yeah,
I think he might be his sidekick or something like that.
That'll be our next episode.
You think
That's going to
Mando?
reveal a lot.
Yeah,
Mando trains him?
We need to wait.
That's going to reveal a lot.
Mando doesn't know how to train a Jedi.
How many episodes are we into this new season?
It's 5.
But it said
that's significant.
It's chapter 13, I think.
So we're down the road.
I don't think they're going to wrap up this Grogu thing in the season.
No. But I think it's going to start to at least
He'll be
provide
involved
more
the
pieces
entire
to the
time.
puzzle.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
You know, taking him to this mountaintop is whether there's 2 more filler episodes between now and then is to be revealed. But I think that's going to be a big point in which quite a bit is going to be revealed.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for someone to show up.
What if there's a Vader cannon?
A Vader?
You're just going to drop Vader cannon like
What
that?
if he fucking turns into a Sith Lord?
Woo!
Yoda?
Okay.
He's the one who brought Palpatine back in the last movie. It was Grogu.
So, you know how Ahsoka
Grogu?
basically denied him training, right?
Yeah.
So
It's because Anakin was a mentor.
what if the Jedi
Chair
that
right over there.
you know how he might reach out to the Force, but what if it's the wrong side of the Force? And what if a Sith Lord comes after
That's what
him?
I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. A Vader cannon, dude.
And it doesn't need to be Vader
That's going to be
necessarily.
freaking Vader.
But what if Mando unknowingly hands over Grogu to a Sith Lord?
He'll fight him with his Beskar spear.
No.
And he'll beat him up.
That little thing, Grogu would be.
But what
like
if
an
all the
insane
good intention that Mando has been just leading him to the point where he does not choose the light?
See,
No, that's not possible.
I'm
It'd be a
tired of
huge
them going on the
disappointment,
light
but
side.
that's kind of what.
No, what I'm
they
saying
like
is
to
I
do.
think Sith Lords are deceiving, and he will come to Mando and Grogu and be like, he's gonna convince him that Grogu will be in good hands, because that's what Sith do. They're sneaky and sly, just like Palpatine was with Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of just slid in there, acting like a good actor, and comes in and Mando willingly gives Grogu over to a Sith Lord.
What's Sith Lord, though?
We don't know.
plenty.
Hopefully, it's a new Sith Lord. I don't want it
Plenty
to
of
be any of
Sith
these
Lords.
other stupid Sith Lords that we already know about. I want
They're
it
in
to
the
be a new
hiding.
Sith Lord.
So
No.
She
In the
said
Phantom
this-
Menace, they say the Sith always is just 2: a master, and a mentor, or a master and a Padawan.
Yeah,
Essentially,
but there's always
in the Phantom Menace, they said there's always 2: a master and a Padawan.
What if it's a master looking for a Padawan and Grogu is
No,
a
you have to
Padawan?
kill. You have to kill your master, and then you become the master. And you
she
take
brought
out
up a good
Padawan.
point, though. She said when you take him to the mountaintop, he's going to reveal. He's either going to call out.
Yeah.
He's going to reveal his power. He's going to call out.
His power.
And either a Jedi will hear the call and come, but she kind of just said, or they won't.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? So when he presents himself, does it mean that either a Jedi is going to hear the call, or the alternative, a Sith, the dark, make?
I think you're right because
She really
either
set
way,
that out there.
if he's a baby, he's like what 70 years old, but that's in like little.
That's in Yoda time.
Yoda
How
time.
old? Yoda was like 850
I
or
think
something.
he
like
was
that.
super old.
But she said he was trained in
No, I
Nice.
know.
the
Mini
Jedi
masters,
Temple.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that
On Coruscant.
if he reaches out with the Force, somebody's gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna hear it.
You know who it is? This guy right here.
Oh, there's massive spoilers.
Darth Vader. It's not Darth Vader. I hope it's not Darth Vader.
That's kind of.
Skills are no match for the power of the dark side.
Maybe
A Yoda Sith Lord that could
Palpatine.
live for 800 years, dude.
That'd be fire. Palpatine's up there,
The
dude.
most powerful race in the
Lord Hideous.
known universe.
And you know what? That could maybe set up for a canon, like a couple hundred years in the future where Baby Yoda is a Sith Lord, and there's a new
Grogu to be exact.
whole host.
Yeah, Star Wars from the perspective of the Sith. We always get a Jedi perspective,
yes,
dude.
I hate the light side. Fuck that.
No, I think the new trilogy did a pretty decent job of portraying the dark side with Ben Solo. What's his name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Yeah, I think that was decent, but he was just kind of a bitch. So
Yeah, he is a bitch.
yeah.
Definite bitch.
I don't even want to think about that
So is Ren.
whole sequence of movies.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
You never really developed any attachment for Ren whatsoever.
You didn't.
I mean, she's
develop-
kind of hot.
I don't even know who you're
I
talking
guess.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
for Rey. You mean?
Ray,
Ray.
whatever.
Okay. I was like, Ren.
I saw
Yeah.
between the lines, and yes,
There was none of the
It
characters.
was one
were-
letter off.
I think the only character that you could develop any kind of connection with was Kylo Ren, and he was a bitch, and all
was
the
a
rest,
Solo, dude.
there was no substance
Finn.
at all
I liked
to any of
Finn.
them.
Yeah. What about
And
Finn?
BB-8.
Talk about Finn because is that guy? He's a Jedi.
No,
They were
they
training
kind
him.
of
He died
say
though.
he has the Force,
Yeah,
Did he die?
but
he died on the planet, didn't he?
Finn never died.
I don't think
No,
he died.
no.
Frick
Finn,
me, dude. I'm all
No,
confused.
Finn.
Finn is the
The black.
FN 248.
yeah. He's
FN two.
he's got the Force.
Yeah,
Does he? No.
he wields a
He
lightsaber.
does.
He wields a lightsaber.
I know that from Star Wars
we all-
holiday
Yep.
episode.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The Lego Star Wars one.
Lego Star Wars holiday episode that Finn is a Jedi. And
Finn is
Ren-
not a Jedi.
He was being trained.
Ray Ren is supposed to be
Ray Ren,
training
yeah.
her.
Ren
Training
Ray.
him.
No,
Him.
Ray.
that's not.
No,
I
she
don't know
has
how
the
he
ancient
self-identifies.
text. She has the ancient text, and she is training him to be a Jedi,
Yeah.
according to
We're
Lego
gonna talk
Star
about
Wars.
one series. We got to talk about them all. And the
Okay.
Lego series
Well,
dropped a bomb.
That would be
Well, it
way
did.
better, but they didn't do that in the actual movies, so it doesn't matter. They were all
It does matter. It's a part of the Star Wars universe. This is called Starcast, not the Luke Skywalker trilogy cast.
No, that's good. I'm glad
Laura,
because
can you
the
tell me what
Luke
time the
Skywalker
cameras-
trilogy is horrible.
We've been going for 37 minutes, Matty.
Oh, you have a timer. Okay.
Yeah, this runs the timer for me.
Never mind. Thank you.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm so pessimistic about this.
Yeah, dude.
I just get really worked up.
Thank you, intern
I just
Laura.
love this.
Laura,
Preggers.
better known as Prego.
It's not a COVID cough. It's just marijuana cough.
Coco. We call it the Coco.
If I hit my vape, can we edit it out?
Blur it out.
Just blur it, yeah. Should we take like a 5-second vape break?
You can vape.
I don't have a
I
vape.
just don't think you can like smoke weed.
Where is my vape?
I really don't know. We should do our research.
Matty, do you have my vape?
I believe I set it back over here.
Can't
before I
see it.
left.
Oh, it's probably in like one of my. Yep, got it.
This guy. Ah, it's nicotine. You're good.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not a Star Wars guru. Who's Django versus Boba?
Django is
Django is
Boba's
Boba's
dad.
father.
Actually,
Django is
Boba.
Boba's father.
Boba is a genetic clone of Django.
Yeah,
And
and
Django
important.
raised him
So
as
the
his
clone
own son.
army was created from
Yeah.
Jango Fett's DNA.
So he's
Yeah.
the original.
Yes.
So how do we not know that maybe he's the guy?
He was decapitated.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mace,
Yeah,
Mace Windu
his head
decapitated him.
got cut.
Lost his head, folks.
Yeah. It was kind of a
What a
it was
scene.
kind of
I
a
remember
weak-
it now. It's all
a
coming
weak
back. It was.
ending for Django. That was
Yeah.
He
that was
fucked
not
him
good.
Mace Windu's a Jedi master.
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
He's fucking
The purple
insane.
saber wielding Mace Windu.
Mandalorians are supposed to be great warriors that have supposedly killed Jedis in the past.
No
Yeah, but
match
he's a
for
Jedi
Mace
master.
Windu.
He's in the Jedi Council.
Yeah. It's like taking on Yoda. You don't think Yoda could take down a couple Mandos?
Oh yeah.
Or Kenobi.
He just crushed their Beskar with his force powers.
Well, what a story.
What a tale.
Should we look into Boba Fett more?
I don't think there's a whole lot of lore on Boba Fett. Actually, there's
Yes,
books.
there is.
There's books about Boba Fett.
Like, what does he do after the movie?
Well, I know that he gets obviously when his dad dies in the Attack of the
Oh,
Clones.
dude, they have the picture of.
Yeah, him from Mando.
Yeah. So it's for sure him.
So when you say they have books, he clearly survives being eaten by the sandworm.
Well, there's
whatever
books
mouth.
between Attack
yeah.
of the Clones and he definitely survives the pit. Yeah,
Sarlacc
100%.
pit.
Even though he's screaming like
Didn't Luke kick him in there?
a bitch.
I think Luke did kick him in there.
They
if
were
I'm not
both in there
mistaken.
at one point. Yeah.
I think some. I
Luke
think
force jumped out.
So his
Yeah.
armor saved him, you think?
no.
Oh,
Luke
crushing.
was pulled out by R2D2, wasn't he?
He could have made the same force field thing that Mando made
that's possible.
Force field thing.
when he was inside the crate dragon.
No, he was shocking it with the end of his gun.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
It
whatever
was
the fuck
electricity. He was electrocuting him.
He could have done that in the Sarlacc.
He didn't have the same rifle that Mando has, though.
He's just jetpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, he jetpacked out.
Or he had some crazy other gadget. 'cause
Spit
he
him out.
was a bounty hunter.
Whatever he did, he survived, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's books that explain his survival.
That's little Boba Fett
I'm fairly certain.
in the movies.
That's Widow Boba Fett. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't he witness his dad getting his head?
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep.
there's a scene where
child.
he's like holding his helmet up to his face, like, oh my god, my dad's
Yeah,
dead.
he picks up the head.
Yeah,
Was he the
that's
only
kinda-
clone that was raised from a child? Weren't the other clones?
He's the only clone that
only
was raised
copyrighted
without
Laine.
growth hormones, because all of them, all of the other clones had accelerated growth.
Yeah, sped up. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, he didn't?
Yeah, Boba was raised naturally, like as an actual
Okay.
human. Yeah.
See, you know what I think? I think Mando should get Slave One, the ship that.
Ooh, that would be tight.
It's such a nice fucking ship. Dude.
But he does so good in the Razor Crest.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he flies the
fucking
hell out of it, man.
nuts.
So is Finn a clone?
Finn?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So the stormtroopers started like cradle robbing kids, and
Yeah.
they brainwashed them.
So he's just
yeah.
brainwashed.
Yeah, and I think the Force woke him up from his brainwashing.
Really?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, how did that happen before he met Rey?
Because there was other stormtroopers that had also woken up.
So they just encountered, or maybe that happened through Kylo.
I think it's just when bad things were happening, they had like an epiphany, and then the
Of, like,
midichlorians
them being
inside them, the high concentration of midichlorians, woke them from the brainwashing.
Do you think that was a mistake that they made in episode 1, trying to give a scientific meaning behind the Force?
No,
Because
because
I've heard a lot of things that they never should have given a scientific basis to the Force.
no, they do it in the Phantom Menace because
I know, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
A lot of
Qui-Gon-
people
oh,
say
in
that it
episode
was a
1.
mistake.
Well, no, explain
No.
it because some of us don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So Anakin is essentially birthed like the same way Jesus was. He was, and so
He was birthed by the Force.
yeah, he was birthed by the Force, and he has the highest concentration of midichlorians, allegedly more than Master Yoda.
How is he born by the Force
It's the same way Jesus was.
without consent?
Like the Force
Without- yeah,
literally
without
impregnated
conception.
his mom.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
So
misconception.
who was his parents?
So Qui-Gon asks, they were slaves when Qui-Gon Jinn meets them
Yeah.
on Tatooine, and he frees them when Anakin wins the pod race, and he essentially gambles a ton, like their whole ship, everything, on Anakin winning this pod race.
Yep.
And he believes that Anakin can do it because of the Force, and Anakin ultimately wins by relying on the Force. But when he meets the mother, he says, "Who's the boy's father? He's special. He can do things." And the mom was like, "Yeah, he is special. He can do things. There is no father." She was like, I carried him, I birthed him, and I've raised him, but there was never a father." And so Qui-Gon mentioned something about being born from the midichlorians themselves. I didn't really look into that too much, but yeah, it appears as though Anakin he's the chosen one that they go on to talk about, and ultimately he does bring balance to the Force when he throws Lord Sidious down the reactor. And
But obviously,
kind
he
of
didn't bring
resets
balance
everything.
to the Force because the Empire still exists, and Rey now has to bring balance to the Force, and all these other people get sucked in, and it ruins everything. But whatever.
So are those Rey's parents or was those her adopted parents?
Rey's parent, so they say
Palpatine, she's a Palpatine.
Yeah, she's Palpatine's
That's
granddaughter.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's
So, but
it's
is that
weird.
She
her
could have
dad?
been.
They had to.
Grandfather.
They had to do that just to bring some.
The dude that's in there in the movie.
when you meet Rey,
weird.
she's on a planet by herself, like scavenging, right?
Right, but didn't her father, wasn't he like a scientist for the
Oh, that's right. They left and then it never came back.
right, and her
Yeah.
mother got killed and then
Yeah.
she escapes and is
Nobody knows anything about anything except for the fact that except for the fact that they try to bring everything back together by saying that Palpatine is her grandfather, but they don't explain who her parents are. And
They kind of do. I remember that now that Ashton's bringing it up. Because they show her like running into the cave, and then like her memories come back.
Yeah, her
about
father's the one
yeah.
who's basically taken away and forced to help build Death Star 2. And then he's there at some point and gets killed again or killed or.
yeah,
I don't remember.
All right, research that, Matty Ice.
They don't tie.
I'm gonna grab
they don't
a
I've
tie
been reading
it
about
as well.
something else. This says that possibly Darth Plagueis created Anakin. He manipulated the midichlorian cells in order to create Anakin.
Okay. I guess that's possible.
Another theory, it's not official, but it's that Darth Plagueis was not successful and the midichlorians resented this attempt to the Force for this purpose. And in this theory, the midichlorians retaliated by creating Anakin for the purpose of ultimately defeating the Sith, which he did, I guess.
In a way, but Palpatine comes back.
Yeah. But that's not lore, though. That's not
No,
canon.
the new trilogy is not real lore. I don't
It's
think
not
it's
canon.
It's basically added. It's added for money. That's my opinion.
It's
I
like
think
a
they put all
super
that stuff
weird
in there
lore
for-
that's like
It's
offshoot.
not really accurate. It's
very
they basically
offshoot.
they made all the movies as they went. Like I'm almost positive. Like the third movie, they had no idea what they were going to do with it.
No, I think they
before.
made it from the
They
end
did.
and then they made it backwards.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't, because I know that when J.J. Abrams got the job to do the third one, he had to write or he had to make an attempt to correct all the shit that they fucked up in the previous two movies. I know for a fact that's what happened.
Wait, J.J. Abrams made the third one?
Yeah, J.J. Abrams
I
wrote.
thought he made the first one.
No, he did. He
So he fucked up the first one?
no, he didn't really fuck up the first one because the first one was
I
basically
don't think we
just
can
a
say
remake.
fuck.
The first.
He
I don't
messed
think
up.
It matters.
He messed up the
You
first one.
definitely can.
He didn't really, because the first one really didn't have any actual merit or canon.
Exactly. So like,
But the second
it was a waste of time.
But the second one was more of a waste of time because it ended the same way it began.
Can we talk about how Luke dies for a second? Because that's straight up poo poo.
Well, we all know that.
He
all know
he
that.
projects himself across the galaxy and then just vanishes
Yeah.
into the Force. Weak.
That
dude.
entire movie was
Weak.
garbage. It literally
didn't
ended.
deserve a fight
It ended
scene.
the exact same way it started.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, you didn't even need the movie. Kylo Ren was the bad guy in the beginning, and he was the bad guy at the end. And you did not need the entire second movie. You didn't need it at all. You could have just made the third movie and been done with that. But they had to. They ruined it. They ruined it. They needed to have some kind of twist. Rey needed to go to the dark side, or Kylo needed to go to. There needed to be some kind of actual.
Kylo does go to the light side.
No, he doesn't.
He kills Palpatine.
At the very end. Oh, no, in the third one, that's what I'm saying. In the second one,
They could have skipped
they
that.
totally blew it. They totally blew it. It ended exactly the same way it started. They didn't even need it. So,
You find anything else out over there, Matthew?
I've been just doing a lot of research. I was looking at the dark saber. I'm just waiting for Ashton to get back and these random sounds. Just
I want to know about the dark saber.
yeah, that'll be fun to dive into because nobody knows anything about that.
Not really.
Why'd you take your headset off, Nicholas?
I'm going to go get it.
Is everyone leaving?
Can you
need
grab
a
me one
fucking
too?
an intern to do this shit
Yeah.
for us. Release my bowels for me.
It's like Tom Segura's skit at the beginning of one of his stand-ups where he's like, people are going to get so
Don't
fat.
tell
they're
other
just gonna be a
people's
bit-
jokes, Laine.
I'm recapping it, adding validity to what you were saying. Nicholas,
You know
don't
what the
forget to give
Death
me.
Watch is?
I'm pretty sure that's the droid troops that they.
They're Sith droid troops, right?
Yeah. Some of them can use the Force,
Seriously?
and their armor is made out of Beskar.
Seriously?
Yes, it's gonna be nuts when they intro them.
And they
What's
use
that general's name again?
Sabers too.
Fitting Gideon, Moff Gideon.
Moff
Gideon.
Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon leads those
What's the
guys.
difference between a moth and like a grand?
I don't know.
It's insane.
Yeah, but Moff Gideon, the dark saber wielding.
The Empire has so much lore. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's cool stuff though, dude.
Because the Empire is just like a tool for the Sith.
Yeah.
Like it always exists.
Exactly.
Oh, the
they
Death
kind of
Watch is a Mandalorian terrorist splinter cell group that opposed the pacifist government of the Mandalore
okay. Then that's
during
not.
the Clone Wars.
What's Moff Gideon's team called?
Hold on. After failed attempts of taking over
Team off.
Mandalore.
You didn't give me one, did you?
Team off.
Dude, there was so much stuff happening during the Clone Wars, and then they decided to make movies about the stupidest things.
Yeah.
There's so many other cool things going on.
So, obviously, guys, we don't want to cover everything in our first episode about Star Wars, but we do have plenty of other space topics we can discuss.
Well, yeah, but this is like based around Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, like,
We can talk about
space-wise?
anything.
'Cause-
Space was.
Yeah, SpaceX just launched 4 astronauts into space using the
Yeah, we already did that,
Dragon
though.
capsule.
Are they talking about Team 1?
Team 1, baby. You discuss that?
No, it's kind of when we entered it. We talked about SpaceX a little bit.
Yeah, I wore my NASA shirt and everything.
Team NASA, baby.
Yeah, brother.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Pass
whoa. Ashton looks like a streamer on the camera.
He means cash.
Cash.
Why people keep calling me Ashton, but
Cashton.
my name is Cash.
Cashton.
Are they going to rebuild the daggum
What?
the facility in space?
The Death Star.
ISS?
Yeah, our Death Star that's hovering.
Oh.
That we keep sending.
I know.
Because that thing it's great, but it seems a
No,
little
it's really
outdated.
shitty.
I think if you brought in
The
Elon,
International Space Station? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
yeah, maybe we brought in Elon and Gucci to kind of redesign
Russia is
that.
adding a giant section to it, like early next year.
I don't know about that. That don't seem like.
I don't know about that.
I did not sign off.
It's
on
already been delayed.
We need to get to Mars already, honestly.
We need a moon base. That's what we need.
It is so cold on Mars. Like, how are you going to handle?
It's like negative 50 degrees.
You get used to it, dude.
I think we need to follow the footsteps of what they did in The Expanse, and
Oh my God! Here we go in the Expanse.
Is this my time?
Here we go. Here we did it. We done brought it up.
Yep. So they need to colonize it.
I think this is the
And-
most dip outs we've ever had in a podcast.
There needs to be a mass.
Can't even sit still for an hour.
A mass project to terraform it, just like they do in the. Just
Who's
like they
gonna
do
pay
in
for
But
The
that's going to
Expanse.
take so long. And my concern about colonizing Mars is, with even just having astronauts in zero gravity, the degradation on their bone mass, their muscular structure, and everything else that goes in with being in that kind of zero gravity. There is gravity
It's
on
not
Mars,
zero
but it's going
gravity.
to be so different than what we're used to. How do you keep humans on the planet long enough?
Evolution.
What they have proposed is it's going to be done by machines. The best way to create a colony and to terraform and
Just
do all
send
the
AI up
things.
there to get the planet ready
Right.
for.
Yes, AI machines. They're going to be the ones that put together different modules that allow us to traverse and move and live and different things. It's all going to be done by machines for a long time before we send actual astronauts to Mars, because it's way more feasible, way more efficient. It makes more damn science sense to send machines there well before humans. The only reason we want to send humans is there's someone wants to say we
I
were
was
the first
on
one
Mars. Yeah.
to send a human to Mars. That's the only thing they give a shit about.
We got to do it at some point, though. We do.
Why? I heard Bill Gates is working on shedding the population on Earth by giving us some vaccine that's going to just make us all infertile. That's what I heard. I heard that somewhere. Don't quote me. It could be fake news, but Bill Gates, don't trust that guy.
Bill Gates.
Pretty deep in conspiracy territory there, partner.
That's another episode, folks.
Yeah, I like the idea of expanding our reach throughout the solar system. I think it's necessary and it's really cool. And dude, that's why I loved Interstellar so much, because a lot of it was about we're pioneers. Humans are pioneers. That's what we've been doing for
Pioneering.
Since day one.
Conquering.
Pioneers.
All humans have done is conquer,
West.
explore, and pioneer. And that's what we need to keep doing as far as we possibly can. Whether it's deep under the ocean or into space, it doesn't
I think
matter.
we've been playing Russian roulette so long that we don't understand that everything can disappear literally in a blink of an eye, and we'll have no control over it. And that means in the form of an asteroid, a meteor, or a super volcano such as Yellowstone blowing our asses up.
So why
and
not hedge
goodbye? Or
Super volcano's actually moved out from underneath Yellowstone. It's no longer there.
So why
great,
not
it's
hedge our
under
bets?
Seattle.
No.
I knew it was moving over here.
Moved further
It's
east.
relocated.
Further east.
So
Can
why
somebody pull that
not?
up?
So why not
I
hedge
think
our
that's fake
bets?
news.
Why not hedge our bets? You know, why not get farther out to minimize those risks?
We're due for a Mount Rainier explosion here pretty soon too.
Yeah, I did a paper on that when I was in college, and it was calculated how many deaths there would be. That I mapped all of the lahars out and where they would reach, like Ording and Auburn and Puyallup and all that stuff.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Did you? My camera shut off. My phone. Do we know? Oh, the red light's still on the other camera.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
How much time do we at right now?
We're at 57 minutes.
Damn.
Maybe we should wrap this up.
That sounded wet, dude.
Let's just keep going.
We'll just keep going until the battery dies.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have much longer.
It's the memory
We have
card.
30
It'll
minutes.
run for 87
about
minutes.
30 minutes.
We have 30 minutes. All right.
What were you guys just talking about when I was gone?
We were
I was talking about.
So I was talking about colonization of Mars.
Terraforming it by artificial intelligence.
Terraform.
But then we were
Terraforming.
justifying why we need to do it. And I said,
Oh,
Yellowstone
asteroidal
super,
impacts.
the super volcano in
Number one.
Yellowstone's going to take us out.
Number one, asteroid impacts.
Super volcano.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that could take Earth out. Why not hedge our bets? That's
It's
what I'm
happened
saying.
many times before.
Yeah.
Society
We
has had
should-
to restart from fucking almost nothing several times.
And I think, if anything,
Allegedly.
the science community has proven
There's
that
craters we found.
as much effort as they've put forth in identifying such asteroids and meteors that will likely collide with us, they keep missing them. And they keep coming really close and or
Yes, but the
breaching
one-
our atmosphere and exploding over Siberia.
There's
or
two
whatever.
major meteor showers that happen every year. It's called the Taurid meteors. And that we pass by that 2 times a year. And that both times, the one that took out the dinosaurs came from that meteor shower.
Exactly. There's a hidden gem just waiting for us.
Is it something that just circles?
Yeah,
around
it's something
and
we
comes
orbit
back?
that comes back around the sun. And it happens twice a year.
Isn't that crazy how we
And it was
live
one
in
of the
this-
smallest ones, like a fucking pebble.
It's
And
so
it took out
crazy
the-
how we live in this bubble of time and space that is so minuscule compared to the rest of the universe in terms of
Oh, yeah.
the cycle of life in the universe. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Like,
this ginormous belt of fucking rocks, like the size of Earth, just orbiting outside of the solar system, just waiting to come and just
incredible.
fuck us.
Yeah, what's that belt called? It's like the
Well, it's the Kuiper belt, and then there's a more specific name for it, but just huge comets.
here's the
giant
concept.
asteroids.
Think about the fact that
Cometers.
our star has already died out to somebody, millions of light years away. Say there's another civilization that lives in another
sure.
galaxy or whatever, and they're looking at our star, and it has
already
died
dead.
out. Depending on our
Perhaps.
concept
That's
of
not true.
time.
That hasn't happened yet. So
No, it hasn't happened yet. But how do we know it hasn't happened yet? How do we know
Because
what has?
we know
let's
how
talk
light
about
travels.
time, y'all.
It'll enlarge before it goes out.
Hey, I'm gonna make a
It gets
recommendation.
Very, 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 very.
Anybody
hot.
who gives a shit about the idea of time, you guys look up Blake Crouch. that some bitch writes some crazy ass books about time. One being dark matter and recursion.
What did you think about Tenet, Ashton?
Tenet was
I haven't seen
sick.
this, so
I
don't
like
spoil
Tenet.
anything.
I saw Tenet.
I enjoyed Tenet.
very soon after it came out because I love Christopher Nolan. He's such a good filmmaker. It was all of
Good
his
movie,
shit is just
Christopher Nolan.
so cerebral. It's so cool.
It's a good movie.
It brings up a lot of interesting ideas for sure.
I meant to ask you guys about Tenet actually,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure what you thought about it, so I didn't. I didn't want to ask you
Well,
about
you're
it
doing a
because I was
bad
gonna
job
afraid.
of
I was afraid you're gonna be like, no, I hated it, and I just didn't feel like having that conversation.
It was so bad, dude. No,
You could be
I liked
pulling
it.
up so many things right now.
I have been. I pulled
do
up
way
super
better.
volcanoes.
I could do it. I didn't
You're the one who put me over here.
because you're supposed to drive the fucking.
I have been subliminally
All right.
driving the fucking.
Switch seats. We're
Yeah.
doing.
No.
We're doing.
I felt it
We're
coming.
doing a
How many
Chinese
times-
fire drill.
No.
How many
Come on, Laine.
times
Let's
have
go.
you? How many times have you randomly pulled
Chinese
up
fire drill.
R2D2 noises or like random Star Wars music that totally
I just want
interrupted
you to sit
the
next to me,
conversation
Laine.
we were having?
Whenever I felt like it.
Pass Matty Ice's ice.
Oh yeah, feels good.
This isn't as comfortable. That seat was way better.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fuck you, Matthew. Let's see what you got, dude.
How do I cast it on the screen?
Oh my
Drag it over.
God, he's
It's just a second
fired.
screen. Oh, okay.
Fired. New Chinese fire drill.
You're the one who said Chinese
I'm
fire
up.
drill.
I'm up.
We should have just stuck it out the way it was.
You.
Oh, I enjoy this. This is good.
You know what? Give me that boba helmet. I'm finishing the podcast wearing the helmet.
Finishing shit. Nick, what are you thinking?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the concept of time and Tenet and the solar system and all that. There's a lot going on in my head right now, actually. I'm trying to remember how time worked in Tenet. Does anybody want to refresh me?
They had a machine.
No. But what exactly did the machine? It reversed. It
reversed
basically
time.
reversed your particles around you that govern time, right?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
how did they choose what moment in time that they wanted to go back? That was the only confusion that I had.
So the longer that you were in the reverse time, the further in time you go back.
Okay, so they could calculate when.
Yeah,
they could
and
go
it's
back.
when you enter the pod, that is your moment of crossing, and every moment beyond that is you're living it forward but backwards, and everybody.
That's why they had to do
else is-
everything in reverse, basically.
right. So
Yeah.
their perception, everybody actually living.
All right,
the
don't
correct
spoil
timeline.
too much.
That was the
Dude,
reverse
it's
car
so
driving.
mind fucked.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
incredibly
good
confusing.
Does this
but
help you guys understand?
It actually,
see
compared
it.
to Christopher Nolan movies, I don't think it was any more or less confusing
Very good, Matty Ice.
than any,
That is
of the
time.
other ones. I actually thought that it was on the same level as like Inception in terms of how confusing it was.
Yeah,
did
but
not
that
feel
I think I don't know that it was that confusing, but
Was it confusing?
I think there's enough
how you
there.
wrap your head around it.
I think
know?
there's enough there where you leave the film going, "Wow, that was really good."
Okay, I don't
and
wanna wear this
I
anymore.
kind of understand
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't
concept,
either.
but if I watch it again and again and again and again, I'm going to
Maybe
pick
I'll
up
get
a
it.
little bit more. Every time you're going to watch it,
Yeah.
you're going to pick up a little bit more.
It's-
and it's gonna
yeah,
be more
obviously.
rewarding. Yeah.
I thought I've seen Inception probably 5 or 6 times,
Okay.
and I think I've got it
Figured
for the
out.
most part.
Okay.
I've seen Interstellar probably 10 or 11 times because I always like to watch it when I get high with my friends and I'm like, bro, let's watch Inception or let's watch Interstellar. I
Yeah,
love
you're so
that
high you
movie.
don't even know where.
Yeah, and I just love the idea of space travel and the Marshall's law and relativity.
So for the most part,
and stuff like that. That's really cool to me.
can we agree though that in the realm of time travel backwards isn't really a possibility. However, time travel forward is.
What? That's not true.
Opposite.
No.
Time travel backwards.
Disagree.
I disagree from
Disagree.
both.
No, time
Nope.
travel. It's
Disagree.
the opposite. Time travel backward is more possible than time travel. forward.
So, Matty Ice, tell me why you disagree with the idea of time traveling forward.
No, I say you can time travel forward and backward.
Okay, how so backwards?
in Tenet,
Because
that's what they do in
time is
Tenet.
on a plane.
Time is not linear.
And moving. Yeah, exactly. Well, it is.
No, it's not.
It is with.
If you've seen Arrival,
what about the butterfly effect?
if you've seen Arrival, you'll know that
time and space
is not
are linear. As in, if you move forward or backwards or up or down in space,
That's 4 dimensions.
you can move up or forward or down in time as well.
Okay,
have you
look at
seen
Sean Carroll and time travel.
Have you guys seen Arrival?
Yep.
Yes.
So
Dude, my parents watched that one like 8 times.
in
It's
that
a great movie.
that concept, time is not linear. Time is circular, right?
But we're
And-
talking about real science. Let's base it in as much science as the four of
So-
us know, which is not really any.
We don't know, but
We don't have our head of science here right now.
Sean Carroll, I refer to you, sir.
I've taken a few physics classes.
yeah,
actually,
yeah. So I know all about it.
Did you pass?
And of course. And I've taken like big history, like universe classes.
Okay.
About string theory. What do you know about string theory?
I actually
I
wrote
don't
a
know
paper
shit
on
about
string
string
theory
theory.
and dark matter.
Ooh. So, did you ever finish the book I gave you?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to my question.
Okay.
I understand how time travel can occur forward, in that the faster you the faster you become, the more you
Wormholes.
you okay. You're really gonna go down that hole.
I think
But
wormholes
the
are way
idea
more possible
of
than real time
getting
travel.
the closest you can get to the speed of light, right? Time and gravity affect
Maybe make it face forward.
affect time, right? Gravity affects time. So if you're on a starship in 0 gravity with no effects of gravity, and you're gaining
Okay,
speed,
I know what you're saying.
and you're moving in a certain
Interstellar,
direction
that's
towards,
really
Not
Stellar.
zero gravity,
but close to 0 gravity,
I get what you're
you
saying.
don't have the effects. Then when you get to a certain point, time is going to be different on Earth than it would be for you. What took you 2 years may take.
Correct.
That is
the
the theory,
time
the
travel.
theory of relativity.
So an idea,
Yeah.
yes, it's possible
yes, it's
to move.
mathematically possible.
So you're not actually traveling forward in time. Your time, time is moving faster for you.
Well, then let's break down the idea of time travel. If it took me 2 years to get from point A to point B, meaning the effects on my body, my memory, my perception of reality, my consciousness, everything says it has taken me 2 years to travel this distance. However, 10 years has passed on Earth. How is that not time travel?
It technically is
Yeah, it is
time
for
travel.
sure. That's time travel.
It is
So-
time travel.
How then do you justify the idea that you can go back in time? If we've already
Theoretically, though,
You find a wormhole that goes backwards.
we're
on the
talking
plane.
wormhole, you son of a bitch.
Maybe
bringing
if-
up wormhole.
black hole.
No.
Black hole.
we're talking
White
if
hole.
if something has already happened,
Blue hole.
maybe it's possible
Black holes are
to
wormholes.
split some kind of rift in the space-time continuum. You can't do anything that goes forward because what hasn't happened. But if something has happened, then maybe you can somehow cut through time and space to go back to what has already happened.
I haven't heard enough Star Wars noises.